Hey everyone, Lee Papa, Rude Pundit here. As counter programming to last week's Republican presidential debate that he didn't participate in, Donald Trump sat down for an interview with Tucker Carlson that was put up on Twitter or X or Twitter or wherever the you want to call it. And I got to tell you that was you don't get the full breadth of the derangement that Trump is undergoing um, until you watch one of his extended answers, or maybe it would actually do well if I not reenact. I'm not going to imitate Trump, but I do want to just sort of read, maybe put my own little spin on on one of his responses because it was so weird and so unfathomably out there that whenever anybody tells me that Joe Biden is senile or something like that, I'm like, have you listened to Donald Trump? I mean, do you know Donald Trump? Because that is nuts. So here's what was going on. During the interview, Tucker asked him about China. Tucker asked, why is China allowed to conduct imperialism in our hemisphere? Okay. And Donald Trump says, well, yeah, it's far beyond Cuba. It's all over South America. Tucker then says, yeah, the Caribbean. And I swear to you, this is Trump's answer for the next 3 minutes without stopping. And I swear to you, it went from Tucker Carlson saying, yeah, the Caribbean, to Trump saying, and I quote, so we built a thing called the Panama Canal. We lost 35,000 people to the mosquito, malaria. We lost 35,000 people because of the mosquito. Vicious. They had to build under nets. It was one of the true great wonders of the world. And he said, one of the 9 wonders of the world. No, it was one of the 7. It just happened a little while ago. He says 9 wonders of the world. You can make 9 wonders. He would have been better off if he stuck with a 9 and just said, yeah, I think it's 9. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll go back to it in a second. He never says, Trump never says who he is. But this is one of the true 7 wonders of the world. And you take a look at the Panama Canal, it was such an incredible engineering marvel. We sold it under Jimmy Carter. We sold it to Panama for $1. The following day, they quadrupled the amount of money that ships had to pay to get across. They didn't lose one ship. Now they've made it much bigger. Now they've widened it. They've doubled it, right? They've more than doubled it. It's one of the most profitable things. It's just incredible, right? We gave it away for $1. China now controls it. They actually control the Panama Canal. They run it, they control it, and we shouldn't let that happen. We can't let China be in Cuba. They'll get out. If I'm president, they'll get out. Because I had a very good relationship with President Xi. He respected this country. He respected me, and he'll get out. We can't let them run the Panama Canal. We built the Panama Canal. Should have never been given to Panama. We should have had it, but we gave it for $1. Think of it. They quadrupled. In one day, they lifted the fees, which are pretty big for these massive ships to go through rather than going around the Cape and through all the tremendous storms. Such beauty. It's beautiful stuff. But he didn't want to get caught in those storms. Those were storms that wiped out the biggest ships. And we go through the Panama Canal. We built it and we gave it away for $1. Think of that. How stupid are we? We have done the stupidest things in this country, and now we have a president that can't put 2 sentences together. I'm sorry. Irony, whatever you want to call it. Now we have a president that can't put 2 sentences together, can't speak, can't walk, can't talk. I don't think he gets to the starting gate. But these people do miracles. I mean, he ran out of his basement, and you got away with that one because of COVID. So he sort of got away with it. They cheated on the election. But you have people that are very smart, but they're fascists and they're radical left lunatics, and they're destroying our country with the all electric cars and the windmills all over the place, which, by the way, don't work. And they're all, most of them, made in China for the most part. They're made in China. Germany, a little bit, but China. But look at what's happening to our country. No, even no voter ID. I mean, why don't they want voter ID? There's only one reason they don't want voter ID, because they want to cheat. The Democrat convention. Sorry, I almost actually said Democratic, like the proper way you're supposed to do it. Sorry, let me get more Republican. The Democrat convention, the last one, they had voter ID that was this big. It looked like a prison card this big on their chest. You walked in, they had your picture, your this, your fingerprint, they had everything. The most incredible voter ID I've ever seen. And that was to get into the Democrat National Convention. But to get in to vote, if you buy groceries, if you buy practically anything now, you have ID on a card, credit cards, or otherwise. I swear to you, check the transcript, watch the tape. That is verbatim his entire answer to the question about China somehow meddling in our hemisphere. It went from the Panama Canal to to his relationship with President Xi, to ships in a storm, to electric cars, to Biden unable to walk, to voter ID. Oh my God. Why is this guy even a candidate anymore? How is he not being destroyed by every other Republican? We have over a year more of this. All right. See you next week, or the week after, or maybe the week after that. We'll see.